What's happening, guys? It's Sir William, and today I want to talk about tents. Here's the thing, a lot of people think that in order to be an overlander you must have a rooftop tent. I don't agree with that. As a matter of fact, I'm not a fan of the rooftop tents. The main reason I'm not a fan of the rooftop tent is because you are locked to your vehicle, and there's plenty of places that I've come across all across the United States that require you to park your vehicle in one spot and maybe camp a little bit further up to where you can't necessarily camp outside your vehicle. This is also the reason that I haven't built a kitchen that is attached to the vehicle as well, but rather I would like to opt for the things that are removable. That being said, there's a whole lot of different options out there, and they range from a couple $100 all the way up to thousands of dollars whenever it comes to tent. Today, I want to talk to you about one of the cheaper options and one of the most popular options in my opinion, which is just a standard Coleman tent. But we've taken it a step further and we've gone with the 6-person instant cabin. So Kristi and I, whenever we went on the Trans-America Trail, we used a combination of a small tent, which was a Coleman Sundom, and a large tent, which was a 6-person, similar to this, that you could stand up in. That was a friend of ours. She let us borrow it for the trip. We really enjoy the fact that you can stand up inside of one of these tents. So we decided that we wanted to purchase a tent. Understanding the need for sometimes you have to move away from the vehicle to camp, we decided that we wanted to go with something that was a little bit more portable than the rooftop tent. That being said, we also really enjoyed the fact of being able to stand up in the tent, do things like change, and the other thing is it provides a lot of room for both her and I and both of our dogs whenever we want to bring them, so that's also nice. Another benefit to it is whenever there's bad weather, you can stay inside your tent, just kind of hang out a little bit without having to be cooped up inside the truck. Now for those fast or solo trips, I'm still going to be camping at the back of the truck, and Kristi's still going to have her sleeping platform in the back of the truck for those times that we just want to pull in and then hurry up and leave. But for the times that we want to hang out, we figured that we'd get a fast, instant setup tent that would allow us to do that. And today I want to tell you what my initial impressions are of the Coleman 6-person instant tent. Let's first talk about this rainfly accessory. So this rainfly accessory is actually listed on the website as optional. Now the reason that it is optional is because the top of this tent, as you will see, is covered by fabric. That being said, what I did find when looking at the pictures, it looked as if it did rain on top of the tent itself, then it would still drip down into the windows, so there is still a need for the rainfly. Where that's unfortunate is one of the reasons that I chose this tent over the others is because I didn't feel the need for a rainfly. Now, the good news is during light rains or even moderate rains, they say that you could still just use this without the rainfly. As with most of the tents, it comes in a pretty big package. The one thing that I will say right off the rip, though, is it's a pretty long package. It's a heck of a lot longer than your standard tent. Matter of fact, let's take a look at how long it is. So it's right at 47.5 inches long. That being said, you're going to need to make sure that you have enough room in your rig to put your tent. In this case, I know we have enough room, but that might be something that you want to make sure of. Let's see what you get in the bag. Unidos de Telefono? I guess that's for customer service. We should call them up and see how to set this thing up. You think they can walk us through it? I got a box with a bag with a box. All right, man. I'm trying to shift it over for you guys so that way the front is next to you without getting it in the fire pit and getting it all messed up. Definitely a pretty wide bottom. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and extend this first pole out. extend this one out. Extend this one out. I don't know, man. I'd say it doesn't get much more instant than that, really. That's pretty impressive. I'll tell you this, I didn't do the little fancy time watch thing to show you guys how long it took to set it up, but I'll tell you, it's no time at all. And to be honest with you, there's really no need for one of those fancy stopwatch things. That is the real time, with the exception of me trying to twist it around. So yeah, I mean, initial impressions on setup time, phenomenal. Now let's talk about the material. The material of this is actually rather thick. It's a whole lot thicker than what I expected it to be. Now this is going over the zipper, so that way you don't get any water in here. And it's still like a nylon type material. But as you can see, it's seamed up pretty good. Here's your tie downs for, you know, inclement weather and all. And let's take a look at the inside. Make sure you take your shoes off before you enter the house, huh? Jeez. So check this out. It's got these little vents up here, and it's got these little deals that whenever you, let's see, so you un-Velcro it, and then that's kind of like a little prop for it, so that way you get air in and out. It'll kind of look gimmicky, but I think that it would work. Of course, you got your hook up here, so that way you can hang up your light. Get your little bag down here. Got another little bag down here. The windows all unzipped here. Yeah. Overall, this is pretty cool tent. I'm right at 6 foot, and you can see, I mean, this is dead center. Over to the side. Over to the side. Back. Forward. So I've got plenty of room in here. And you know, to be honest with you, the floor feels relatively thick. The only problem I see is that there's already a hole in it. Damn. Come on, Coleman. And then, looks like tape? Is that duct tape? What did you guys use? Did you guys use duct tape? Oh, come on, Coleman. I'm telling you, it looks like some tape off my roll of duct tape right there. And it's in every corner. I don't know what that is, but definitely gonna be sending it back for the hole in the bottom. If it's already got one hole in the bottom, I don't wanna, you know, start off with a hole in the bottom. I'd rather put my own holes in the bottom if I'm gonna put a hole in the bottom. So we'll send it off for that. We'll get another one, and then we'll test it out in the rain. But as far as setting it up, that's probably just a fluke. As far as setting it up, it wins. As far as easy, it wins. I haven't set up the Rainfly yet, so maybe that's different. Airflow, I can't really tell you because it's not really that windy and it's not really that hot. So overall though, I really like the material of it. I think the material is going to work out good other than the floor. And I like the windows and how easy it is to set up. Looks like another win for this thing. It's putting it back inside of its little bag. Normally that's one of the hardest parts of any tent, is getting it back in its bag. This one goes right in, man. Ultimately, the Instant Cabin tent by Coleman is a really great tent. It's definitely a 60-second tent. You just set it up and then you're ready to roll. And you know, as far as weather testing and all, that's still to be determined, so stay tuned for future videos.